So I am back and welcome back to Boxmining. This is as a channel update. I really wanted to give you guys some insight into what I am thinking and how I want to provide good information for you guys. Like deep down, I searched deep down, why do I make this? Why am I doing videos? Why am I here? A large part of it has to do with providing just a really concise information that's very actionable and very personal opinions as well. Just sharing this with our whole community. And that's my goal for what I'm gonna call, this is like season 7. Can you think about that? Why season 7? I've been doing box mining for 7 years. 7 freaking years. And it's been a hell of a long time. It's been a hell of a journey. And I think we're all in a good state right now, but we can do much better. There's 3 main key topics I really want to cover in this season. That a lot's going on. And I'll give you a little bit of insight into each. All right, so the number one narrative that's happening right now has to do with China and also what's happening in Hong Kong. And that's exactly where I am right now. So I'm in Hong Kong, and just right across me over there, that's the business center, the center of Hong Kong, where all the banks, all the finance, where all the money is at. Okay, so what's interesting about this? Well, Hong Kong is going to be serving as a test bed for what's going to happen in China, right? So they're going to test all the experimental, interesting stuff. And what's going to happen is it's rumored that on June the 1st, Hong Kong is going to allow crypto trading for retail investors. This is huge because this is a 180 black flip on all the policies that were happening in China, because China turned very crypto unfriendly, especially after COVID came. People were even afraid to talk about crypto and even just engage in conversation that was, that people were afraid being logged. And even here, I was kind of afraid to go out and shoot videos. But now we can do that because right now, the SEC in Hong Kong's SEC, they've approved cryptocurrencies for trading. It's still only the big ones, all right? But they've done that. That's happening. But now the biggest question is retail. Can retail get in? And we've been seeing kind of steps in that direction. So various Hong Kong officials, they've been going to crypto events. We've seen a presence there. We've also seen that Beijing is kind of approving. They're kind of okaying on, go try this digital currency thing. And if that works out, that means Greater China, the whole entirety of China might go in this direction if this experiment works. Which is why this China narrative is coming back. It's suddenly kosher to talk about crypto. It's suddenly fun to fly to Hong Kong and even do business in crypto-related businesses here. And then, of course, we're still very early on the stage because a lot of the stuff is still not confirmed yet, I would say. We don't know how far China is going to go, but we know that they're going in this direction. So which is why I feel like we're still at the early part of the curve. Everyone's going to ask me, why are you wearing a mask right now? But it's still actually, Hong Kong's so backward right now that we still have to wear a mask out in public. It is so bizarre and weird, but it's for us. I feel like this is a time for us to catch up with what's happening in the West. And yeah, finally, maybe just take our mask off and figure out what's going on. The number 2 crazy thing that's happening right now is airdrops. All right, who are you?
I am Airdrop Run!
Alright, well, why is our airdrops important?
Because it's free money. You don't want free money?
I want free money. So this is a complete change from the airdrops of 2020 and 2021. So entire project, so recently we covered Blur, right? So Blur is giving 51% of their treasury to community in the form of airdrops. So essentially, more than half the coins are being controlled by the community. And this is across the board. A lot of new projects that are coming out right now, a lot of it's not just a meager 5-10% to the community. It pays now to be a loyal community member. There are people who got $1.8 million. In fact, 2 million is actually Franklin got that, and then Machi Big Brother is second place. These guys are just raking it in on these massive airdrops. And this is because all of a sudden the project started to realize that the power is not with the VCs, right? Maybe 1 or 2 years ago, they just want VC money, right? And you'll see VCs taking up 50% plus of the token supply. But now they realize, you know what, the real power is with us, it's with our communities, right? The people who use the platforms, we have the power. The VCs got a little bit of money, but we have the power, right? This is that sudden click, sudden realization that this is happening. In fact, from the data from our website, we actually saw that there's a huge uptake in people looking at airdrops. In fact, it's almost like 3x that of December because people realize what's going on. And what I've done is Ron, I'm sending him full time into finding the best airdrops, getting into these projects and showing you guys how step by step how to do things before kind of things blow up. Because once it blows up, right, the alpha is over. You have to be in these airdrops beforehand. All right, now it's time for a shameless shill. So boxmining.com, which is a website that I made and we're working very actively on, we have an airdrops section. So on this section, we have pretty much all the latest airdrops that are coming out soon. And these are also ranked according to our kind of rating scale of how much attention you pay to it. So the higher the star rating, the more attention you pay for it right freaking now. Because a lot of these airdrops, they're kind of ending soon. So this one actually, RB Space, is actually ending on March the 6th. So you can definitely check it out. I'll put the link down below. But the last topic we're going to really push hard is AI. AI is insane. All of a sudden, right? I'm not even using Google anymore. I'm like, yo, ChatGPT, make a keto strategy with a 5-day workout plan for me ASAP. And like, it just does it. And the craziest part is just like, I feel like it's going to replace even my PT, right? Like the trainers and everything, like that make meal plans and nutritionists. It's nuts right now. And also with Midjourney, how it can make art. Wow, oh my God, right? These things only happen once every 10 years. And it's like something like the internet, right? And maybe the iPhone, right? With smartphones, it changed how people operated, right? All of a sudden, you want to go on Instagram and not Facebook, right? Now we're talking about AI. And it's really about how we use it that matters. And I feel like we're in this very unique place as well, where we can be at the edge of technology. And it's not just a fad word anymore. I feel like the difference right now is that we see the deliverables of what good AI can do, and we also see what bad AI can do too, right? But at the end of the day, it's an insane time. So these are kind of the three major topics we're covering in this season, this kind of season of box mining. We'll be producing content every 2 to 3 pieces per week, and I have a team to do so. Got a little bit of feedback. Actually, I want to talk this before I go on this video. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for welcoming me back. There's a lot of really direct thank you messages, and I really appreciate that. And I've been collecting feedback nonstop about videos as well. So I will actually leave an open feedback form at the end because I'm looking at ways to improve box mining, right? I want to deliver this at a higher quality for you guys. One interesting feedback, right, is that this video seemed a little bit shilly. It seems like I'm gonna show the blur video, and I kind of knew that, right? Like, how all this came about is actually kind of interesting. But I have these research reports nowadays because I need to keep myself updated with crypto. And we had this huge blur marketing and kind of this blur strategy update. So I wanted to convert this type of research that we get. This is an internal report that I received. All right, it's actually like a really long 40-page report, but we want to convert this type of report into videos so that you guys can get the same level of information and quality that I'm getting here. So this is like happening for Cordell, for Lens. We're pretty much doing this internally in our team. But one thing I was very paranoid when I was making this video was to not make this video too shilly, right? Because like last year we're kind of everyone was so hyped up. Everything just seemed so shilly, and I was tired of it. I'm sure you guys were tired of that. So I tried to make this as not shilly as possible and as objective and even critical as possible, right? I still got someone, model Bobby says, oh, please know if this is another paid advertisement. No, it's not. I tried my best to be as objective and critical as possible. But I found out a second thing, which is an interesting feedback on this pre-video, which is that it seemed very negative. Right? And this is part and parcel because I'm trying to be as objective and critical as possible to not sound shilly, but it ended up making this video a little bit like slapping people in the face, right? I kind of slapped NFT holders in the face. I kind of slapped project holders. it was actually good feedback. It made me think, right? Like when we're watching YouTube, I mean, especially when you guys are watching YouTube, you guys want to feel good, right? We're in crypto, right? Let's not be more negative. And that was a big change. That was actually a very, very good feedback point that I got. And that's a kind of something that I'm going to be very conscious of going forward. Like this optimism, this is something that I built this channel on, right? This is the heart and soul. We are explorers in this space. And there's that certain excitement that I think I started to lose a bit going into the last market, but it's definitely back now. And I definitely realized, oh yes, sometimes it's shit, right? Sometimes we see the worst of people in the cryptocurrency space, but we sometimes see the best stuff too. And it's not, we can't let ourselves get dragged down by the negatives. We should need to look at what is amazing, right? Sure, like honestly with Blur, they had one of the best marketing strategies I've ever seen, one of the best airdrop strategies I've ever seen. Even our marketing friends that are like 10 years experience in marketing, they're like, no, this is like, holy crap, next level shit, right? When it comes down to building community, getting that hype, developing and making sure the community actually interacts with the platform, it's really good stuff. I think that's kind of the tone we're gonna go. We're gonna take a look at the positive. Obviously there's negative, but we're gonna take a more positive approach into crypto. And I think there's no better time to do this. The crypto markets, we're up a little bit. And if you're a pessimist, you'll say, yeah, this is a bull trap. You know, like this is just too far, too fast, and it's not gonna last. What I think, partially this may be true, but honestly, if you remember, all right, if you guys have been with me for all this time, right? If you remember the end of 2019 and end of almost 2020, that was a depressing time. But at the same time, that was where all the good deals in crypto came from. This is like the birthplace of DeFi. And when it blew up in 2020, if you got in DeFi early, wow, oh my god, you're beyond set, right? You become the envy of the world, and I feel like this is the best time for that now. It might be a case that we have a bit of trading action, which has been great, but at the same time, the amount of developments, amount of shifts in the way people think, that really is crazy. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. We are doing regular updates on what's happening on the airdrops. We're gonna do regular updates on what's happening in China. We're gonna update you on the freaking crazy AI stuff that's going on. And I hope you guys are super excited and pumped for this season. I'm definitely not gonna let all those like fuzzers just take me down. It's time to make things good. So guys, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you tune in. Season 7, this is our time to just max out and perform and make some good freaking content. So anyways, see you next video.